It's become very competitive. You had the banks before, then you had the fintechs, then tech giants came very quickly, and now you have the non-financial companies all in the same space. So this competition drives innovation and drives ideas. And the end customer is the one who benefits.
This is AssetRush The Talk, where we talk with the pioneers in the financial industry. And today I'm here with Spiros Margaris, one of the most influential people in our sector. So Spiros, please introduce yourself quickly.
Thanks for having me. I'm also part of Gen 2. That's how we got to know each other. And I'm invested in several startups. I've been lucky to be in 2 unicorns involved, and the third one coming, and fourth around the corner, hopefully. And it's a privilege to be part of AssetRush, a privilege to be part of Gen 2 and of the community.
Thank you very much. So, how do you see the future of finance? Just to start there, what drives you?
I think I said it lately in a speech. We're at the beginning of of changes to come. Embedded finance will play a big role for people who don't know. Non-financial companies like Walmart, etc., coming into the game. So we just picked the low-hanging fruit so far, and I think we're at the very beginning of what's possible.
So when you look at the future, what are the things that you would want to change?
It's a very good question. I think the longer I'm in the business, the more I think about the people who are less privileged, the unbanked, underbanked people. And I think our industry can help those people getting access to financial products, banking accounts, things they don't have. That's one thing, and that makes their life a little more normal. And of course, I hope that we come off this competitive against each other and more community thinking.
More ecosystem thinking?
Absolutely. I live that in my personal life. I think that's the key, because we're in an industry, or in a fintech industry, we're small anyway. So I mean, we have to stick together to be successful. It's like a soccer team. I tell my clients, maybe I told you the same, but I strongly believe this. Everyone plays his position, but we only can win together.
I see that similarly. I mean, with AssetRush, with Gen 2, we try to unite people, we try to create solutions. Actually, I often explain that fintech is more collaborative than traditional finance. I think that's also the success of fintech, to bring elements together, rethink them, and create better solutions for all of us. So what are maybe some examples for that you see? I mean, is a lot out there that's happening. Where do you focus on?
I have so many focuses, but in the fintech space, it's difficult to say. I don't have the main focus. I have to try to be involved with good companies, people very passionate, focused, obviously, and have a mission in terms of money. Usually, at least the ones I like to work with, is not actually the driver. Maybe if you're very successful, that's an outcome, but I think those people most want to leave a mark to change society for the better, to provide more access to certain things that didn't exist before.
I think already the collaborative approach of ecosystems shows that, and the future of finance is actually defined, I think, from many different parties together, as we just concluded. But what do you see as the main drivers of this evolution right now?
I think it's become very competitive. You had the banks before, then you had the fintechs, then tech giants came very quickly, and now you have the non-financial companies all in the same space. So this competition drives innovation and drives ideas. And the end customer is the one who benefits the most. At the moment, when there's competition, once the competition is gone, which I can't foresee because we only have started, then that might be not a good thing, but we're far off. It's just whatever happens out there is to the benefit of customers.
I mean, finally, the financial industry is driven by investors. I think all the solutions should count to that, and should, of course, bring better services to them. So, where do you see investors mostly engaging today?
At the moment, we're difficult times through all different things: interest rates, the war, COVID before. There's insecurity out there, but it's the right moment, as Warren Buffett once said, when everyone is greedy, you should be fearful, and when everyone is fearful at the moment, you should be greedy. I think the opportunities are now, and for the professional investors, I think it's a great time to be in it. It's a great time. It's a great opportune time to take advantage of possibilities. It's not easy now, but that's the time to be in it. And look at Gen 2. Gen 2, you never sell it, but it's a great company, and you guys done some things. That's why I joined. That hasn't been done the way you guys did it. It was only by big players, and you guys are so focused on it, and you're so driven, and community, and giving possibilities to people who didn't have that before. And that's what I like. Well, like Gen 2, I like about other companies that do things that didn't exist before.
Now you also launched a product that actually reflects your investment universe in a sense. So you want to talk a bit more about that?
Yes. Oh, exactly. Perfect. I mean, perfect that I can push my product was not the idea, but thank you. There were investors in Gen 2 that I met through your community, through this openness we have, and we thought of a product that. A tradable product, investing in tradable fintech companies. And that came out of this community, just being together, talking about, different topics, and all of a sudden, hey, why don't we work together? And Gen 2 was very supportive. They obviously were supportive. I mean, that's exactly what you always tell everyone, but you guys live it. You live it. You let people come together, they have ideas, they do it with Gen 2, they don't do it with Gen 2. But it's this with AssetRush, also was great about it. It's like, just come together, share ideas, and whoever wants to work with, just do it. And I think it's fantastic. And I benefited from it through my first product with CAT. And I'm looking forward to this partnership that was only made possible indirectly through Gen 2.
Thank you so much. No, we of course try our best in that regards to be collaborative, to actually help everybody to get together. And AssetRush is certainly the lighthouse that shows how productive this can be. So maybe talking of AssetRush, I mean, you've been before. Tell us a bit about your experience at AssetRush, and maybe also the viewers a bit what they can expect.
I mean, this year is going to be even bigger than last year, and last year was amazing. I'm not a guy who goes to such events, and I went, and I was wonderfully surprised positively. People were excited to be together, and it's always best when you go somewhere and no expectations, and you come out and say, hey, wow, that was a great event. Mm-hmm. And also this one, I mean, this hits on all cylinders. So you can tell the word of mouth from the last AssetRush helped this event to become as big as it is, and I think it's a great opportunity for us as a community to show, hey, we're still moving on, we're growing, we're sharing ideas, and I think congratulations to the success, and I think this is just the beginning. People get the taste of it, taste of exchange ideas, of hearing ideas.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we want. We want that collaboration, we want that exchange. We give that a lot of time and a lot of efforts. Now, maybe what was for you one or two things that stuck to it? What was like that experience you made at AssetRush, or a nice story to it?
That's just what I loved to hear people not knowing who I was, whatever, just talk about it, like how cool it was, how great it was. They didn't know that I was kind of involved indirectly, and it's like listening in and the excitement that they loved it. You know, it's in our business you don't hear that much. People are very jaded. You know, basically jaded for people who didn't know it. The word is like you've seen so much, nothing excites you. And to go somewhere, yeah, it's exciting. I went to a museum lately. Similar experience to AssetRush, to Kunsthalle. And I was kind of, I go often to museums, but I was there like a little kid. I realized again how great it can be. And it was a wonderful experience, like a little kid. So and I'm really much into art, but it was like the building, everything, it touched me. And the same, why I'm coming back to, this was just lately, was unbelievable. You know, to be happy again like a little kid. Mm-hmm. And AssetRush in its own way gave to a lot of people this kind of feeling, yeah, that's how it should be, you know, because we're all kind of jaded, but there was yes. You know, this is how it should be, this excitement.
There is this direct link, there is this direct communication, there is a lot of these pictures about the why people do the things they do. Was that impressive to you? Or?
Yeah, sometimes very much, sometimes a little less, but that's normal. But the why, I think we all like to be entrepreneurs, or at least even within an organization where you're employed, you should be a little bit entrepreneurial. And that's fascinating to hear the whys, and and they're usually the good whys are not, they're very personal. So it encourages you to think entrepreneurial.
So the 2-3 things that you would say that people should take away from your daily job, from your vision, how you communicate and how you get out there, and maybe also a bit about the market. The 1-2 things that you want people to remember.
I think, it sounds corny, but you have to love your job. I mean, and there are always moments, like sometimes we're sick, sometimes we're healthy, happy, not. The market is the same thing. It's not a straight line. It's like life, made out of millions of investors. And it reflects our life. So that's one thing. So volatility, it's part of it. You know, but I think find a way to love what you do, you know, and the great thing about my job is I work with people like with you or Patrick and other CEOs. It's fantastic. You meet so many great people, and it's like a privilege because you know you exchange thoughts. They pick up some of your thoughts. You pick up some of theirs. You take them. And actually, some good ideas you carry to another company. It's not the specific technical things, but the things that drive people, you take to another company and say, look, these people did it like this. It's not copying ideas, it's more what motivates and drives people, and that's a privilege. And as I said, I'm a strongly believer that in 5 to 10 years, if we look back, it's like we're looking at Stone Age, what's possible, you know, and everyone who doesn't believe in it doesn't belong in it. It's okay, but the ones who believe in it, we're going to see exciting things. I truly believe it. We just, you know, I can't believe that what we have now is the future of fintech.
It's just starting.
Yes.
That's all in the beginning.
Exactly.
So together we're certainly going to shape a lot more of that and expand the investment universe together. So maybe for that togetherness, one last word or one last sentence from you. What would you say when you tell this to your kids or tell these to other people in the room?
I don't know. I lived also the .com crash with partners and hurt me, etc. But then the guy said it was something wonderful. You know, I tried it, and I can tell my kid I was part of it.
Sure.
And that's a wonderful thing. I think, you know, we can't all be successful or not, but to have tried it and give it your best, that's exciting.
Yeah, and I think we see a lot of the results now from that time.
Absolutely.
And it developed greatly. Yeah, we
Absolutely.
could not live without that. Yeah. Now maybe a quick peek at the future, at the metaverse, at the Web 3.0. Something to share with us there?
I think, of course, there's a hype there, but there's a good hype because there's a lot of things flows into metaverse, from AI, blockchain, crypto, AR, virtual reality, Web 3.0. That's very cool that these things exist because that what I've talked about, we just started, you know.
Do you already have an idea how you will use it for yourself? I mean, they often say it's it's the new way of social media. It's the new way that we encounter and live and build and create our future. So how will you build yours? Did you think about that?
No, I haven't much because I'm with the flow. I haven't thought enough about it. I mean, I know it's going to play an important part, and I think people should not try to find the bottom. You have to, if you're interested in that, you should invest in it or try to find a way to get into it, because otherwise it's like a train that left the station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you said, you have to be part of it in the .com times. Now you want to be part of it in the next evolution.
And it will play a role. It will play a role. We don't know what role, but there's so many smart people behind it. So great things are happening.
Wonderful. So one last thing about AssetRush.
Yes.
So what do you tell the people out there, what they can expect?
I think you're going to expect a lot of excitement, a lot of great ideas, and inspirational people, not only on stage, but also within the community inside. It's like a lot of bees that exchange ideas.
Wonderful. So we're really looking forward to it, and I really look forward to celebrate with you the next AssetRush.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for having me at the AssetRush.
Thank you, Spiros.